This is June. This phase is max strength. So your focus is to lift as much weight as you possibly can for every exercise. Don't be afraid to fail. If you get to that weight where you can't lift it, that's where you know you've hit the max. So don't be afraid to hit that point.
3, 2, 1.
On Monday and Friday in June, exercise 81 is hang cleans. Focus on your hip drive, getting your hips towards the bar, and making it explosive. For your sets of 5, go light. For each set of 3, go heavier and heavier until you think you're at your max. And for your last set of 5, go light again.
3, 2, 1.
In exercise B1, bench press is paired with stir the pot. So you're making circles on the ball, core's nice and tight, no sagging.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise B1 is barbell bench press. So having your knees at a 90-degree angle, core tight, all the way down to your chest, and you want to think about pushing it quick on the way up. So again, set of 5 is light, your sets of 3 get heavier each one, your last set of 5 is light again.
3, 2, 1.
Paired with B3 front squats is around the world with a plate. So you want to grab a 25-pound plate, straight arms, you're going up and around, keeping your core nice and tight. This is all for your core. So 6 each way.
Three, 2, 1.
Exercise B3 starts with front squats. So make sure weight's on your heels, sit your bum back, up and thrust. Again, same thing as your bench press. Sets of 5 are fairly light. Your sets of 3, you're going as heavy as you can with each one.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C2 is shoulder press on the ball with dumbbells. So start in your bench and sink into your hips nice and low. Lower to your shoulders and keep those weights where you can see them if you look up in your peripherals. Okay? As low as you can and then all the way up. Make sure we're pushing as much weight as we can.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C3 is lat pull to chest. I want you to do it in a lunge, just like before. Arms nice and wide and squeezing in between those shoulder blades. Squeeze your chest open. And make sure you do each leg.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C1 is seated row with your elbows in. So everything's nice and tall, back is flat, squeezing in between the shoulder blades, all the way to your chest.
3, 2, 1.
Your next move in D1 is dips. Make sure your elbows are pointing straight back behind you and then extending all the way through.
3, 2, 1.
In number D1, your first one is chin up. So that's a skinny grip. You're going all the way down, all the way up for as many as you can. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise D1 pull-ups look like this, wide grip. And if you have a squat, get somebody to just assist you enough to get up there, and then a slow lower on your own, or use a machine or a band.
3, 2, 1.
Your last move in that circuit of D1 is push-ups. So make sure your core is nice and tight, perfectly flat back like Michelle, and you're going nose to the ground, all the way down for as many as you can.
3, 2, 1.
On Wednesday in June, exercise A1 is clean and press. So it's a clean, and then you're pushing. So make it explosive on both movements. Jump up and explode up. Your other option is to do a split. So do a clean, push, and split.
2, 1.
On your cleans, when that bar hits you, you have to catch the bar on your collarbone. So up here, Michelle's going to have a bruise right here. It's too low, okay? It has to be up here so that when you get heavy weight on there, those bones can hold it instead of your muscle.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise A2 is dumbbell alternating bench press. You're doing this on a bench, exactly the same as your barbell bench press, except it's alternating. So starting at the top, lower one down, then the other.
3, 2, 1.
On Monday and Friday, after your weights, you're doing 15 to 20 minutes of cardio, your heart rate less than 130, so that means it's pretty easy. It's enough to keep you sweating, and make sure you stretch.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise 84 is dumbbell, one arm, one leg, cross body bent over row. You had this in your last program, so you're nice and flat, extending your back leg using your butt to lift, and then rowing that dumbbell right up to your chest. Making sure everything's in a straight line.
Lift that leg, Shell.
Nice.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise 83, dumbbell deadlift, opening your chest up, and when you get to the top, thrusting your hips through. So it's the same hip drive as with your cleans. You're squeezing those glutes together. And all the way down to touch the weight at the bottom.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise B2, dumbbell alternating incline flies. So I want your feet up. Set up your incline bench at about a 45-degree angle, and then one at a time, all the way out. Make sure your core is engaged to stay on the bench. Nice.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise B3 is dumbbell, one arm, one leg, cross body, straight-legged deadlift. These are also called dipshits in your last program. So extending with this leg, her anchor leg is as straight as she can get it, so she's getting a nice pull in this hamstring. And then all the way up nice and tall. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise B4, dumbbell, one arm, one leg, cross body, step up and shoulder press. So cross body, her right arm is working, her left leg is working. And up you go, drive your knee, good, and step down, top, good. So focus on driving and staying nice and tall. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C1, cable, one arm, lat pull to waist, bridging on ball. In a nice bridge, hips are up. Arm that's not working is just straight up. And let the arm that is working go all the way up, nice and controlled. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise B1 is landmine squat to shoulder press. So find a spot to anchor your bar, squatting down and explosive forward. So if the weight's in your right hand, step forward with your left foot. Should be just as explosive as your cleans. And drive.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C2, cable side step and shoulder raise. So you're taking a step and then that shoulder's coming just straight out so that your arm is parallel with the floor. You don't need to go any higher. Stay nice and tall. Drive that knee up. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C3, cable, one arm, one leg, cross body squat row. Opposite arm and opposite leg are working. And this time when you extend, you can have your anchor leg bent into a little squat. When you get to the top, nice and tall, squeeze that shoulder blade back. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise D1, one arm, one leg, cross body, lat pull to chest. So you're just standing on one foot, the opposite arm has the cable, and bring this knee nice and high, stay tall, and then really squeeze that shoulder blade back. You can have your grip however you want it, thumb up or thumb down. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise D2 is cable, one arm, one leg, cross body horizontal fly. So opposite arm, opposite leg are working. You want to make sure you go light enough so that your anchor leg, that knee, isn't twisting. If it's twisting and it feels uncomfortable, it's probably too heavy. So don't worry about how hard it is with your arm, it's all about that knee. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise D3 is is a horizontal reverse fly. Same thing, opposite hand, opposite leg are working. You might find these ones a little bit easier than the forward facing fly. Just really focus on that knee being nice and stable. Squeeze that shoulder back. Good.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise D4 for your internal and external shoulder rotations on one arm. We're going to do them from shoulder height. So you're bringing your arm out to 90 degrees, and then it's a small rotation back. So make sure you're feeling this in the back of your shoulder, not in the front. Shoulders down and back into its socket. That's external rotation.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise C4, cable sidestep with diagonal shoulder press. So this is more like a punch. You're squatting and then explode. You can let your feet and your hips turn in the direction that you're punching. Good. Make it explosive. Squat, punch. Good.
Three, two, 1.
Your core on Tuesday and Thursday, if you have cables, this is what you're doing. Your first one is a standing Pallof rotation, 10 on each side. So arms are straight. Let that cable pull you, and then initiate from your core for that twist. So nice and tall and twist. Good. Good. Okay.
2, 1.
The second part of D4 is internal rotation. So again, from shoulder height, elbows out at 90. Think of this upper part of your arm as your axle, and the other part as the wheel that's rotating around. So go nice and slow and controlled. This is all for your rotator cuff. This works really good with tubing also. So like say,
3, 2, 1.
the second part of your core on the cables is a chop from lunge. So your outside knee is up, furthest away from your anchor. Arms are straight. You want to press through the heel of your hand. So it's Michelle's left hand. She's pressing through that heel, initiating it all from the core. So don't think about squeezing with your arms. Think about like when you're canoeing. It's all core. Nice.
3, 2, 1.
In June, your cardio gets a little bit more challenging. So on Tuesday, when it says 3 minutes hard, that's a really hard run or bike ride. So you should be almost at your max. 1 minute easy, so it's a really short recovery time. On Thursday, it's all sprints. So you're maxing out and then you get a really short recovery again. So you're going to go through all of that 2 times.